Hi, Dagobert from Dagbert's Tackle World here with Stuart Grice, and we're going to be talking about this week's fishing report, Stuart.
All things fishing on the Gold Coast, Dougie, always.
Even in this horrid, bad Easter weather to start off with, but it is going to come good.
It is. So it's looking to come good around about Sunday, Monday. Everyone feels sick Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday looks really good.
Very good. Anyhow, that's the way it is, guys. So let's do something about it, and that is what we're going to talk about today. So,
We are.
but as always, we start off with our fishing report for offshore. But please take note, this is talking about maybe Sunday, but more likely Monday. Okay.
When the weather comes good, don't go all guns blaze into the seaway tomorrow on first light because you're going to be disappointed, unfortunately.
20 knots of wind.
Yep.
From the southeast, swell around 2 metres, maybe 3 on the sets, and you've got high tide about 7:30, so it's going to be run out tide after that if you come back in a bit later. Just be careful. Anyhow, we've got a big boat, you know what you're doing. Might be worth going out for a trial for mackerels. They're definitely out there.
They are.
But you just need to contemplate whether you know you're up to it, and safe-wise especially first, especially if you've got kids on board. Take that into account. But I would probably be waiting until Sunday at the earliest, but probably more Monday.
Yep.
Anyhow, so Stu, what's happening out offshore at the moment?
Well, as you said before, Dougie, mackerel,
Yep.
there's wahoo.
Yep.
It's been really good bottom fishing already.
Yeah, it has
Very
good stuff.
unseasonably early.
A lot of big snapper caught. So with all that big swell we've had, lots of rain, lots of nutrients in the water, lots of dirty water, but clean down the bottom, and the snapper have come in, and the water is very warm. And I can't quite understand why the snapper are here yet, but they are here. I think it's the food actually.
Yeah.
So lots of good snapper. So if you're not into trolling or live baiting for mackerel or whatever, definitely switch to definitely bottom fishing.
Yep.
In close, 18 fathoms, 21 fathoms, 24 fathoms, and also obviously 36 and 50s. The snapper are everywhere.
Yep.
And they're up to about 85, 90 centimetres.
Yep.
A few bigger ones lost. They're taking plastics, they're taking micro jigs, they're taking tie rubber jigs, and they're taking obviously pilchards and everything else, and live baits as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And while we're on a little bit of a snapper program here, we've got a seminar on Thursday.
We have this Thursday coming after Easter on everything about catching mackerel. Oh, sorry, snapper. We just did mackerel. Snapper on lures. So we were covering those actually as 3 bases. So covering jigs.
Yep. Jigs, plastics.
Yeah, slow pitch jigs. That is all that sort of style. Small micro jigs, and then plastics, soft plastics, and also tie rubber, kabura jigs, that type of thing, which we really like to do. It's one of our specialties.
Yeah.
Although we got my plastics the other day, Jack. But yeah.
If you can dumb that down to people like me that wouldn't know what a tie rubber or a kabura jig is,
okay, yeah.
It's like an octopus jig, isn't it?
It's like a ball sinker painted with legs on it. That's
very good. Now I know what you're talking about.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Yeah, so anyway, we'll be talking about that, but that's on this Thursday night. We're going to bring the shop and book in, but we're limited to 25 people only, and we've got about 10 or 12 people ready to go, I think, so getting quick.
Filling up fast.
Yeah. Anyhow, getting back to our report. So come Monday, if you have swung an extra few days off, Tuesday, Wednesday, that's when the weather looks really good. And I know I'll be definitely going out one of those 2 days. We're going to go out deep, and have a go for some pearlies around 100 metres on the way out with jigging, slow pitch jigging, and then we're going to go out to around 280 metres to 300, and we're going to do some slow pitch jigging there as well for bar cod and flame snapper.
Oh, good.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
And maybe have electric reel drop if things are a bit quiet on the jigging scene with baits. And but on the way out, I was just debating whether I should have a quick troll on the Diamond Reef for a mackerel, just to get something in the box before we can get out past the 24 fathom reef. Anyhow, time is the essence. We'll see how we go with the weather and everything. But yeah, that's what we're up to. So guys, if you're going to go out during the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, if you get extra time off, I'll be definitely going testing the mackerel on the Diamond Reef. The gravel patch has been really good, as you said earlier, Stuart. Wahoo as well, and for yellowfin tuna down there as well. And big wahoo, you're talking like 25 kilo jobbies. I see, what's his old mate's name? Rides a jet ski. Anyhow, he's pretty good at fishing. Sorry, buddy. He got one which we've put on our Facebook page last night. It was 25 kilos. Around about.
Big fish.
Good fish, yeah, that's right. And he fishes with Carnster. I can't remember his name. But anyway. And he's trolling high-speed lures. So anything to do like this type of thing here, you can troll up to about 8 or 10 knots. But we troll for mackerel, we troll around 6 to 7 knots.
Yeah.
But for the wahoo, you can up the speed to 8 or 9 or 10 on this particular lure. And Stu,
You've got a little bit of a natural colour there, Doug. Not like
this is the real colour.
Winner on top. The old coral trout's still been working really good
It has.
in the dirty water. But the yellowfin's a really good colour for yellowfin tuna, Dougie.
Yeah,
all the other stuff as well.
Yeah, actually, yellowfin tuna, catch yellowfin tuna, but definitely catch mackerel. I've caught Spanish on this year already.
Yeah.
I believe, looking back at the end of the day, the amount of coral trout colour lures out there, it's inevitable you're going to outdo me, Stuart, on colours, because that's the only colour everyone's trolling.
Yeah.
Had it been something like that, or my other favourite colours, it would be a different story.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, the biggest thing is it's got to be around about that 160 to say 200 mil long, and it's got to dive deep.
10 to 12
Minimum
metres.
10 metres.
Yeah, that's right, because of the dirty water. The water is clearing up, folks, but it's got a little way to go yet.
It does.
Yep, but it's getting better, much better. Especially down just below the surface, it's really clearing up. Still 25 degrees, amazing. So that's why the mackerel's still here. That's why the wahoo and the dolphinfish, hits the dolphinfish out the fads at the moment. Only small on the close fads, like 36s. But out on the 50 fathom fads, they're up to about 1 metre, 1.3. A couple of guys got them in 1.4 metres in the last week or two.
Yeah. So,
and now wider, blue marlin have been biting pretty good.
Yeah.
And some big dollies and big wahoo, like dollies around that 1.5, 1.45 metres, which is around that 20 plus kilo size. Yeah, they're good size. Okay, so that should go, guys. You got mackerel, trolling, or you've got snapper, float lining, get there early. Just watch that swell, always on the seaway especially, and give it a shot, and just be careful, but leave it to later end of Easter if you can. That's our shore report. Let's go into the estuary up the jumping pin way. What have you got there, Stuart?
Jumping pin. Well, the water's clearing up slowly but surely. There's been a lot of whiting for the guys that want to bait fish. Really good to get the kids out. You can do it in 20 knots of wind.
Yep.
The lagoon's up the pin, so where the pin bar is, the lagoon's on the northern tip of South Stradbroke, has had a lot of good fish in it.
That's right. So fishing either the inside or the outside edge, which is the bar side of it.
Surf.
Right on the point there, it's only not very big quantity.
Little surf.
Little surf. But that's a really good spot. And using the abbies or worms for bait, of course.
Yeah.
And definitely for the kids, they're good whiting too, up to 35 centimetres or more.
Yeah.
And worth a go. And plenty of flatties around as well.
Plenty of flatties on, like out the front of Duck Creek, where that clean water pushes all the bait there. And the flatties have been chewing really hard.
Yeah, I think on these high tides in the morning at the moment, like high tide around 8:30 tomorrow morning and Sunday 9, I'd be probably getting up on top of Gold Bank or on top of Crusoe, Tank Bank, because you got really big tides this weekend, folks, so the flatties be right up on those shallows on the edges of the grassweed slash
mud
mangroves,
and all that
that sort of stuff, that's right. So get up there and cast some hard bodies or stick baits around and have a go. Shallow diving stuff. Even plastics work well up there too. I do just as good on plastics as I do on hard bodies. Yeah, I
use a lot of this type of like these are some new stock that we've got. They're a little Storm Toc Minnow, and that white colour, because there's a lot of white bait coming in with that tide. They've got a little paddle tail there, and they're absolutely going to smash them. Yeah,
they do a smaller version too, which is that fellow there. There's a whole heap of different colours, folks. The smaller versions are slightly a bit chunkier, but the tail's very, very flexible. I know they're going to smack at these things, and like I always, this is a debatable one. So you've seen I've got the gulp one for some reason, but I've got the S factor.
I do like the gulp.
But this is the type of stuff, guys, you put it on. You just put a smear onto your finger, just put a little bit on the end of your finger and just rub it onto the plastic, and absolutely makes a difference. Even though the action's good, it's the smell, and they just can't resist it. It's got pheromones and whatever in there, and they just absolutely eat it and don't let go. Okay.
Game changer.
Game changer.
And if they do miss it, they do come back.
They'll come back. That's right. Yeah.
They have a taste.
Yeah, but I reckon. There's another thing too. I like to use these little shrimps. This is a new one from Jackson. We did show some last week. There's a whole range of colours, but I reckon this red cold speckle one has just got like eaten and written all over it.
I'll tell you what, I found one that's very similar to my famous coral trout colour while I'm on the subject, and this thing's going to smack them. And as I said before, they do come with those little legs. They're fixed onto the body, but I just break them off. Just break them off so you get heaps of wobble. And just remember, more wobble, more gobble on the flatty scene. And they absolutely love it. And they've got those little legs on the bottom as well. That tail's just going to dance around. And Yeah, and even in that dirty water, the vibes have been going quite well as well.
I noticed these actually scented pretty heavy,
Did they?
Stuart. Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just reckon that colour with that pink little jig head in there is just gonna smack it badly. You can just tell
Yeah,
that's gonna work.
very good little crooked rig there.
Yeah, it's because
Anyway,
I've got my glasses on,
yeah,
folks.
yeah,
But
yeah.
you know, if I was a fish, I'd be eating that anyhow.
That's it. And
Yeah.
if
I'd still beat you even with that rig like that, mate. By the way,
Yeah.
just so it's clear.
and for anyone that wants to fish a bit slower, vibes have been working really well. So this is a Samaki Vibalicious Thumper Tail.
What colour's
And,
that, Stu?
That's whitebait.
Oh,
that
is it?
colour. Yeah.
Well, I'd go Midori. That's my favourite colour in that range. I use quite a few of these, and
Yeah.
that is an absolute no-brainer. But I know yours works too.
Yeah, and they swim really good
Yep.
on the sink.
Yep.
And you know what?
Uh,
Everyone's answered my prayers. Coral trout, I love it. The coral trout's actually not a bad colour as well for
Yeah.
flatties.
yeah,
They've never seen a flattie's never seen a trout, but it works really well.
yeah. No, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, here's the flatties around, and the other big thing that's happening, and I'm going to go the orange colour now.
Yeah,
Crabs. Crabs, and that's your favourite colour, Stuart. I
It
got it
is.
before you did.
But does the size of your crab pot really matter, Dougie? Like I've got my little one, and
Big Dougie crab pot, little Stewie crab pot.
Stewie crab pot.
Yeah.
My little chicken arms can carry this one up from the depths. But really good if you've got kids. And I haven't outgrown my crab pots yet, so
No,
I
actually,
haven't got that on.
as I keep saying, I designed that crab pot for my kids when they were about 4 or 5 years old,
Yeah.
many moons ago. Now, obviously, Giles Walker and a few other guys do them, but we did that over in China. But anyhow, they are fantastic for kids, and also they're very good for guys that have got kayaks, and really good for people who've got like laser and put it inside the boat, under the boat on the floor, out of the way.
Jet skis.
Yep, jet
On the
skis, and they
yeah.
smack the crabs. I call it monster muddies in those things, and sand crabs, obviously. But anyway, sand crabs and mud crabs, sandies around Tipler's Channel, overnight's best, and up around some Tipler's, and further on the northern side up around the Slipping Sands,
Yeah.
and the Kniper Passage up that way. For muddies, I'd be going around the Logan, up the Logan a bit, definitely Jacob's Well. This weekend you've got big tides, a big morning tide, so what I would be doing, I've got to work all weekend, but I'd be putting the crab pots out tomorrow afternoon at about 5:30, just before dark.
Yeah.
Or 6 o'clock. You go up in that high tide, it's high tide about 7:30, so you can get right up the creeks, it's fairly good sized tides, and then get up early the next morning, same time, and go and check your pots.
Yeah.
Because you can get up again in the high tide, but no one can get it during the day in the low tide, just can't get in the creeks, it's too hard to get in the mouth and get
Yeah.
in there. Once you get in the creeks, they widen up and they get deeper and all that. Drop them on the bends where it's deep, must be at least 1.5 meters deep.
Yep.
So they're underwater at low tide.
Yep.
And you'll get some really big crabs, folks, because the crabs are going back up the river again and back up the creeks and river. So give that a shot. We've got specials on crab pots all weekend, 30% off all of our crab pots and our cast nets. So prawns, Stuart.
The
Have
prawns.
you been prawning this week?
We did.
We
We
did.
snuck away on Tuesday morning.
That's right.
We went to Redland Bay.
Yep, right near the
Um,
boat, right near where the barge comes in
Yep.
the hole there. There's about 50 boats there with us.
Yep.
A lot of kids with their parents. It was really good to see.
Yep.
On school
And,
holidays.
yeah, we've got a little bit of a YouTube video if you want to see the trip in detail. But yeah, we smashed them. It's about an hour 10 run up from here in the boat, so it's not too much more than towing it up. It's a better trip in the boat, but I'd rather sit
Yeah.
in a boat than a car.
Nice view.
And
But not
yeah,
in 25 knots
no.
on the way back.
Tow up.
Yeah.
And we got 2 buckets in about 2 hours.
That's right, we
Yeah.
did. And guys, if you want to have a look, like you can watch how Stuart and I are very competitive in our casting as well, and you can
Yes.
probably see that I got more prawns than Stuart in the net when we compare the two pockets.
Yeah.
Please give us your details back on that one if you think I did.
Whatever. We've got the cast nets for it. Next subject. We've got the Wilson top pocket ones and the Pro Throw nets like we used on the day.
Both
And
good.
They're both really good.
And
Chain
we-
bottom, top
And
pocket.
like we're not so good at throwing cast nets, but I throw a different way to Stuart, but both our ways turn out perfect circles every cast.
Yep.
And we will teach you how to throw it perfectly, okay? Don't be scared of the size. It's different. If you're a little fellow, you might want to use around about an 8 or 10 foot. I think in the Pro Throw, they might do a 9. We've got 10s there.
We've got
I know that.
10s, yeah.
But anyhow, but generally speaking, most people 13, 14 years or older can cast a 12-footer.
Yep. At least
Yep.
get 3/4 of a circle.
Yeah, that's right.
Worthwhile.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, have a crack.
Yeah.
We've got 30% off the nets as well at the moment too.
Very
For
good.
the Easter weekend.
Yep.
Just one thing I want to mention too with your crab pots, make sure you use a bait bag of any description, doesn't matter. You have to use a bait pocket. If you just clamp your bait in there, the eels will come in and grab it and take off and eat your bait, and no crabs will go in after that because there's no bait there. But when it's in a bait cage, it's locked in there, and you'll get little pickers pecking at it, and the crabs there trying to chew on it, but they won't be able to get to it too much. And other crabs will keep coming into the pot because the smell's still coming out down the stream with the current. So use some sort of bait bag. Eliminate, enhance your catches.
Yeah, that's it.
So getting back to the broadwater, okay, Seaway jacks are on.
Seaway, there's jacks.
I see Lee Holzbone smacked them.
He smashes them all the time.
He's a good fisherman.
He's Seaway Whisperer, one of them.
Yeah, one of us, I would have said.
There you go. Yeah.
Just joking, Lee.
He's good. But he's got it dialed in. He got some good fish yesterday, or
I think it's yesterday. Yeah, they were around about sort of 3 to 4 kilo jacks on average, I guess.
Yeah.
65 centimetre maybe.
Yeah.
And
got a decent flatty. There's some big flatties in the Seaway.
Yeah. And you got a peacock cod.
Yeah.
Looks like a triple tail at the back and looks like a coral trout at the front.
Yeah.
So they're a northern species actually, but I know they get down this way, I guess.
Yeah.
But they're very, very good. So some great fish in the Seaway. So give it a go. Plenty of brim around. The odd squire as well, Future Valley. Heaps of flathead on the wall were caught today on the northern wall on that high tide this morning, casting right up on the rocks. That type of thing there will smack them, all those fellows there, without a doubt. And plenty of whiting around wave break. I got some whiting during the week one night, went out with my wife and daughter, and we got some nice whiting just around the back of wave break and up the Drang River as well.
Yep.
Better at the Broadwater than the Drang River actually. Yeah, and give that a go. And if you're fishing on the foreshore down for Easter on holidays, definitely anywhere from Chara Seafood up to Paradise Point along the foreshore there, plenty of whiting around. Just use the yabbies or preserved worms or frozen worms, or live worms if you can catch them or get them. And fish that sort of early morning, late afternoon tide. And in the freshwater still, what's happening there, mate?
It's been a little bit quiet in the fresh,
but
there's been a lot of water, a lot of rain.
Yeah, a lot of rain.
But
they just
fishing not too bad. The bass are starting to go deeper.
Okay, they just opened up the western boat ramp on the Hin, so now you can go up to the western side, not the eastern side though, and fish for bass. So what have you got there for bass today, mate?
Mate, I've got some little ice jigs again. Now these are those little ones that we did say last week. This is a different colour. I think it's called a butterfly jig, and the little wings, they open up. So on the sink, they open up. So pretend that was a bit like that way. So they dance around and stuff, and then on the pull up, they actually close, and they got a really good dart. That's a AU colour.
Could use that design in aircraft.
Yeah, right. They call it the stealth bomber. Yeah. And if any guys want to fish like nice and early, there has been not a bad surface bite. There's been surface bites in dams. They go all year. A lot of guys just fish summer.
Little bugs and stuff like that. And it's because there's lots of water up high now. The bugs are all finding new ground, new country, and new homes. And the bass are up on the shallows doing the same thing. Yeah,
and that's a little like a prop bait. That's a little Fishcraft one, and really good colour, nice and natural, and they just buzz around. Make the same noise as a bug stuck on the surface with their little wings. But
spinnerbaits too.
Spinnerbaits, always good.
Yep.
When just along that timber, slow rolling.
Easy for kids to cast in, throw them out, wind them in, throw them out,
you
wind
can
them
troll them, you can cast them, all around it.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh well, so for Easter folks, get out there, enjoy it. I know the weather's a bit dodgy at the moment, but it will get better. We're expecting a couple of showers to come through every now and then, but much better being out there than sitting at home watching a movie, although sometimes that's not too bad, but I'd rather be out fishing. So we're open all weekend for Easter. We're open most days from, tomorrow's
8 till 5.
Yep.
Sunday is 9 till 4.
And same on Monday, I think.
Same on Monday.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
So
then back to normal.
Then back to normal after that. So we've got the special on the crab pots and the cast nets, and all our lures. Actually, all our lures are 30% off at the moment for Easter only.
That's it.
Oh, actually, they normally are if you buy a few.
Yeah.
But I can buy singly at that price at the moment. And don't forget to check out our YouTube page, Doug Burt's Fishing Channel, and also jump on to our Instagram if you want to. Please tell your mates to like it and subscribe. And we're here to help you out and teach you to do whatever you want to do about fishing. We can teach you.
Yep.
Okay. Lots of good fishermen here. Thank you very much, and have a safe and a happy Easter with your family and friends. Bye bye.
Thanks.